Okay? Don't forget about us. Okay, so my name is John Bargetto. I'm part of the family that operates this place. So on behalf of all the Bargetto family, my brother's over here, Martin, here in the back, okay? And I would say all the generations of Bargettos that have operated this place and all the employees that continue to operate this place, I just say welcome, welcome to the 24th annual La Vita. It is 24th. And I know many of you have been here before, so I always make the joke about foggy Capitola and sunny SoCal. We have a lot of events here. You guys know we have art shows, we have music, we have all sorts of wonderful things. A couple back here were married a year ago, I was told. Weddings too. But La Vita is special because, yes, it's about wine, it's about food, it's about music, but it's about unveiling a new label, right, our art series. But there's something extra about La Vita, and that's what kind of warms my heart so much. It involves the Bargetto family and winery participating in the community. And it's the one time a year we make a $5,000 grant dedication. And that's what we're doing today. Yes. And we're going to be honoring the veterans for the first time. Yes, yes. And we all know the expression, freedom is not free, right? Freedom's not free. So thank God for all those who have served. So I want to ask for, you can stand up if you want, you can raise your hand. Any veterans in the group? Veterans, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We have a couple commanders. We've got some ranking members over here. A couple commanders. My friend Frank Banco with his wife, who outranks him, Linda Banco. I love that. Yes. Yeah. So this is my chance to say thank you to so many people. The older I get, the more. That's what my job description is about, saying thank you. So I'll start with the people who are not here. These are the Regan Vineyards workers, Jesus Figueroa and the team, who work so hard during the year because these grapes have to be grown, right? And they work so hard. So you're having some of the Regan wines, and certainly the La Vita comes from Regan, where I was a couple hours ago, okay? So the vineyard guys and Jesus. Keegan Mayo, our winemaker, is in the back in orange, okay? Keegan, our meticulous winemaker. His nickname is Turbo. He uses that with me. I use that with him, but he's a hard-working guy. We're lucky to have him. He has a habit of disappearing quickly at these events, if you know what I mean, right? So before he leaves, just go back there and tell him your favorite wine, okay, and round him up. So Keegan, thank you. Cheryl is our new full manager here, so I thank Cheryl for organizing this, and all of her staff that worked so hard through all the years, you know, all the weeks of the year to do that, okay? And Erica, who prepares our food, is somewhere here. Sometimes I forget her, so come out. Thank you, Erica. And of course to all of you, because if you guys are not here, then we're out of business. So for the wine club members that are here, non-wine club members that are here, thank you so much, right? So 26 years, very good. So we've been at this a long time, right? We're going to be honoring the veterans today, but I'm going to just make a mention, you know, and we think about all that the veterans do. In our life on this property, kind of our hero was Uncle Ralph. I called him Zio. We called him Zio. He helped raise 10 kids at that end of the property. We came from the small family with 5 kids, but some of you may know we grew up with a group of 15 kids on this property, plus friends, you know, that were around. So never a dull moment. But Uncle Ralph was one of those many that served in the big war, World War II. I've done a little research. Hutch helped me. We knew some things, but it kind of filled in. He was in the 13th Armored Division, tank division, in the Battle of the Bulge with General Patton. Tom confirms that he got 2 battle stars. I just recently this week learned that he was in 16 days of combat. Smart aleck, Tom this week says, Johnny, 16 days, that's not too much. I said, Tom, I don't think you've been in any day sabbatical. So I invited my cousins to be here. Tom is here in the back. Cousin Tom in blue. Okay, Cousin Jim is here. Ann wanted to be here. Phil's too shy. But later I think Tom's going to come and help unveil the label. Okay. We go to last year's beneficiary. So the 2020 beneficiary that we committed to last year receives their check this year, being today. So I'm going to invite the gentleman from Cabrillo Festival of Contemporary Music to come forward. So the grant is for $5,000. It involves cash and it involves wine. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much. I think I can echo what John is saying about, there are over 500 nonprofit organizations in Santa Cruz County, and they do such amazing work that is not covered by the commercial sector or by the government. So I would urge all of you to support the nonprofits that are nearest and dearest to you. So I really, on behalf of my colleagues at the festival, really want to thank John and the Bargetto family for everything they do for the nonprofit community. Cabrillo Festival is going to mount its 63rd summer festival season, 2 weeks at the Civic Auditorium in Santa Cruz. It's a wonderful event. I hope you might join us. I've got some brochures on the table over there if you're interested. Particularly, I would ask you to think about coming to our free family concert if you have kids or grandkids that might be interested in instrumental music, because we have the orchestra teach them what the instruments are about. We present a full concert that has spoken word, and it's really a delightful event. So thank you very much, everyone.
So this place was founded in 1933, 92 years ago. But I just learned this past week that a year before this place was established, the Veterans Memorial Building in Santa Cruz on Front Street, some of you may have seen it there next to the library, was built. And I had the pleasure to go down there with Cheryl and get a tour from the commander, who's here today. And we just saw all the good work that they do with your direct help for these veterans, and I tell you, this is our 24th annual. I've had the honor to participate in all these different nonprofits, but there just was something about going down and talking to the veterans and seeing the good work. And I don't know if it's just like you get to a certain age in life and you realize the sacrifice that all those men and women in uniform, some gave their life, the ultimate sacrifice, but even those who didn't, the sacrifice that's given that we can enjoy everything we enjoy. So it really was, it was very moving. So I thank them for that. 30 years ago, the United Veterans Council was established, and Hutch is going to come forward to talk about that. And Hutch is also the Veterans Foreign War Post 10110, I learned, which is down in Santa Cruz. So I'm going to ask Hutch Collier, and his wife Dawn is here in pink, and really it's a husband and wife duo, and that place is organized. It is direct help. They're bringing resources to the veterans, so I just was so impressed with what they're doing. So Commander Hutch Collier, I'm going to ask you to come forward and explain a little bit more about the good work that you and your wife do for our veterans in Santa Cruz.
Thank you. And you stole my thunder. I wanted to ask everybody that served to stand up.
Yeah, you're the commander. Don't do whatever.
Please, all of you that did serve or have someone in your family that has served, stand up and be recognized. There you go. That's what makes this country great. That's why people can say what they want to say, because we serve. Thank you. My wife and I work for the United Veterans Council. I'm the president of the United Veterans Council, and we were established and have a mission to build an alliance across multiple organizations to support our veterans here within the county. There's 21 organizations represented in the United Veterans Council. Of those 21, 14 are veteran organizations. Some of them are Veterans of Foreign War, American Legion, Military Officers Association, the Surf Alliance, Vets for Vets, the Cabrillo Information Center, the Veterans Information Center, and also in Marina, the Veterans Transition Center. We have a Veterans Meal and Pantry program in Santa Cruz here on Front Street, and it began in the old hospital in Emmeline about 2012. And at that time, the memorial building on Front Street was being renovated, so it took about a year before we could transition that program back into the Veterans Building. The Santa Cruz VMPP, I don't know if you guys are familiar with military acronyms, but we have TLAs, that's 3 and 2-letter acronyms, FLAs, 4 and 5-letter acronyms, and there's a whole bunch more. But anyway, we like these acronyms. Anyway, the program is held every Wednesday in the bunker. That's down in the basement. We have 2 halves to the basement. One half is where we meet and we feed our veterans, and we have a pantry. And then the back half is a place where we have a computer room and a place that's safe. Veterans need a safe place to go once in a while. I can tell you that. I'm a Vietnam veteran. In 2025, we opened a pantry in the Watsonville Memorial Building. There's a lot of challenges there because there's no parking. The city of Watsonville has the main lease. We only have the front of the building, so we don't have access to the kitchen, but we're working on all of that. So we hope to improve the Watsonville building to better serve our South County vets with a meal and pantry program in the future. We'll keep working on that. What we provide our veterans, of course, once a week is a hot meal. That's in Santa Cruz. Pantry accessories, that's all manner of foodstuffs that we can collect. Second Harvest is our major benefactor. And then we have Safeway Scotts Valley, Safeway Westside, and Costco. And that's where we get all our food donated. When we run out of something, if we have money in the kitty, we'll go buy it so we can have that included in our meals. Along with the meal and the pantry, every Wednesday we have 2 doctors that come from Palo Alto. We have a nurse, and we have the VSO, the Veteran Service Office, which is within the building, to help our veterans in need, to tell them what their benefits are, get them rated if they needed rating. So it's quite a comprehensive program. Housing support is also, HUD-VASH comes there and has a meeting from 1 to 2 every Wednesday in Santa Cruz. We do the same thing on Tuesdays in Watsonville, less the meal. You got to know this whole program and everything that we do is 100% volunteer. Nobody gets paid. And we only exist on donations. To kind of wrap this up, the current environmental focus is making substantial reductions to a lot of our donors, especially Second Harvest. We are no longer able to get significant amounts of protein for our meals, so we have to get creative. And thank goodness for Safeway, they're really stepping up. We're going to continue to work with our local businesses and anybody that would step up and either come and volunteer with us or drop some money in the kitty. Thank you.
Thank you, Hutch. And we all just try to do our share. I told Hutch, you know, sometimes these veterans, find themselves in a tough spot, and we just happen to have part-time job on occasion, certain weeks of the year. So he's going to look for someone that could maybe benefit from that too. So another little contribution we're going to do. Back to Uncle Ralph just for a moment, okay? So to honor him, I set up a very small shrine, if you will, to the right edge of that bar. And if you want to see what Uncle Ralph Zio looked like when he was, thank you, David, when he was 18 years old, into the military. And I figured he came back in 1945 before his 21st birthday. So in at 18, back maybe before he even turned 21, right? And that's what these young men did. His hat is there, and there's a little poem that I dedicated to him on Memorial Day 2008, I think. Okay, so we're getting closer to the wine all the time. That's what we do around here, wine. You guys are familiar. This is our 24th annual. Every vintage is different. This is the 2021 vintage. It was a generous vintage. Keegan knows what that means. It was Abbondanza. And every year the blend is different. This one is led by Nebbiolo. Nebbiolo, the great red varietal of Piemonte, where our people come from. 40% Nebbiolo, 33% Refosco, and the remaining 27% is Dolcetto. So the wine is a little earthy. The way I describe it, it kind of has 1 foot in the old world, a little spicy, a little earthy, and then 1 foot in the new world, California, grown in Corralitos. So I hope you enjoy it. That's the wine. Cheryl's going to start serving it in a minute. And now it's time to unveil the new label, right? There you go. You ready? And then you can drink, yeah. You guys, you regulars know that it's wine and art. That's the theme. Wine and art through the ages. So we have all sorts of different types of art we've used. This comes from an American artist out of Florida. Gino Peoples is his name. And his style is illustrative. That's how he describes it. He says, think Norman Rockwell, where the painting tells a story. You guys can tell the story yourself, okay? Gino Peoples, and it's hot stuff. Okay, so this time I'm going to ask Cousin Tom. You okay? Cousin Tom? If I give him, the military about right, because his district commander is here too. They get along very well. Okay, so I'm going to ask Tom.
What key do you want for the song?
Yeah, how's your voice? Okay, so here we are. Why don't you unclip it, and there you go. The 2021 La Vita, here we are.
Are you ready, Don?
I think we're ready. You go. Okay, you tell the story, all right? And with that, enjoy the vintage, enjoy La Vita. Thank you for being here, okay? Cheryl wanted me to say one more thing. Cheryl, you got to remind me. So Cheryl has developed a system. Don't ask me who gave her permission for 30% discount, because it wasn't me, but she got it. Someone ain't me. So today and today only, 30% discount on all of the Bargetto wines. She wants you to fill out these little things. They will come by, and your wine will be stacked there on the bar. Right, Cheryl? Got it? Okay, so there you have it. Okay, happy day. Thank you.